Hello students, welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start chapter number 8, Introduction to Python Language of class 7 Computers. So in this chapter we are going to learn about opening IDLE, programs in Python, execution of code, syntax and syntax errors, print statement and comments. So first of all, let us understand what is Python language all about. So when we talk about the Python language, Python is a high-level language with the object-oriented features. High-level language is a language which is written in the form of the English language and it is understandable by human being. And object-oriented feature means all the things, that is variables and operators, are considered as objects in Python. Now Python is a language that is a general purpose language which was developed by Guido van Rossum in the year 1991. The person who developed the language Python was Guido van Rossum and the year in which it was released was 1991. IDLE is an acronym for Integrated Development Learning Environment and it allows us to edit, run, browse and debug the Python programs from a single interface. Basically, IDLE is a window. When you just open the Python with the help of the software which is installed, that window will help you to create the program, make changes, run it and find the errors. Now there is a term here, debugging. So when we talk about the term debugging, it is the process of finding the errors and just taking out some solution for that one. That is finding the errors and removing the errors. That is known as debugging, right? Next is Python can be downloaded from www.python.org. This is the site from where we can download Python. This is the particular site. And it helps us to download Python, www.python.org. Once you have downloaded this Python software from this particular site and you need to install it on your computer, and after that will be shown on your desktop screen. So how you have to open from the desktop screen, or if it is there on in your computer's area, so from there what you can do is click on the start button, then click on all programs, click on the drop down menu of Python 3.7 and from there you have to select IDLE Python 3.7 32-bit. Here you can see this is the start button and here when you click on all programs in Python 3.7 folder, there will be a subfolder here which shows IDLE Python 3.7 32-bit. So as soon as you click on this one, the IDLE window will appear. After the IDLE window gets appeared, you will see the screen something like this. This is the interactive mode in which we work. Now, first of all, we'll understand what is a program in Python. When we are working in Python, program is simply a sequence of instructions that tells how to perform a computation. And if you want to write and run the Python program, Python interpreter must be installed in your computer. And Python shell can be used in two ways, that is the interactive mode and the script mode. So when we talk about the interactive mode and the script mode, we have is the interactive mode. So this is our interactive mode. This means the Python shell where we are working, and here we have this window. So this is known as the interactive mode. This window is the interactive mode window. Now here you will see some of the important things, like it will show you the version of the Python software. It will show you some of the help command is there, or copyright command is there, or credits command is there, or license function is there, which help us to know more information about Python. Okay. After this we have, when you launch IDLE, the interactive mode opens by default. Means whenever you just open the software after installing, when you just work with the software, so first which mode opens? Interactive mode opens by default, and it displays a welcome message which is shown in this figure. This is the welcome message, and after that it shows a Python prompt. Now here you can see this 3 greater than symbols. These are known as the Python prompt, which are shown here. These are the three greater than symbols. These are known as the Python prompt. And after this our cursor is there. So here it asks the user to enter any number or enter any expression. So when you will open the Python program in the interactive mode, you will see the prompt, but it will not be so in the script mode, right? So after that we have that you type Python expression, statement or command after the prompt, and Python immediately responds with the output of it. That is, if you are working in the interactive mode, as soon as you type one line and press the enter key, immediately the output will come after it. Okay, so that is the response of the Python, and Python uses interpreter to convert high level language, that is whatever the program we are writing, that is in high level language, and the computer will convert it into the machine language. So it will be done by the language processor, which is the interpreter. Now here you can see this is again the interactive mode, and here you can see it is written print hello Python. So print statement, we'll learn about it in this chapter. It is written here print hello Python. Print is a built-in function of Python which help us to show the output on the screen. So if you write any string is a collection of characters, HELLO, then comma, then PYTHON. These are the characters, and collection of characters is known as string in Python, which is enclosed in the single or the double quotes. So the string always in the print function will be displayed as it is, as you have given in the print function. And we have the Ctrl+D shortcut key or the quit function to exit the interpreter. That is, if you want to come out of it, we have the shortcut key as Ctrl+D, or you can use a quit function, right? Then after this we have the if you type credits after the prompt, and the information which we will get after typing credit is the organization which is involved in the Python development. Similarly, copyright and license command can be used to know more about Python, and help command provides the help on Python. Right, next we are going to talk about the script mode. So when we talk about the script mode, so talking about the script mode tells us that sometimes in Python what happens is we want our program to be saved. When we are working in the interactive mode, we write one statement, we press the enter key, automatically the output will come. Suppose we write 8 plus 5, so we press the enter key, it will show the output as 13. But if we do so in the script mode and we press the enter key, it will not give the output. Okay, so if we want to save the program in interactive mode, file cannot be saved, but we can do the same thing in the script mode. Suppose we want the file for some future reference, so for that purpose we can save the file in the script mode, right? So results produced by the interpreter in both the modes are exactly the same. It is not that if you will type in the interactive mode or the script mode, the results will be different, but the results will be same. Only there will you will not find the prompt, that is a Python prompt in script mode, whereas it will be there in the interactive mode, and file can be saved in the script mode as compared to the interactive mode. After this we have Python is now. Suppose if you are working in the interactive mode and we want to move to the script mode, so how we have to do this? First of all, we have to click on the file tab. Here you can see this is the file tab which is shown here. So from here we have to just click on this particular tab which is shown here, and then from here we have to just click on the new option. After clicking on the new option, it will ask us, that is clicking on the new file option, and we have to just write down our code, and after writing the code we have to save it by going to the save or save as option in the file tab, and after that we have to just the save as dialog box will appear, and we have to give the name of the file in the file name box and click on the save button. So that particular file will be saved, and all the files in Python have the extension .py, which shows that it is a Python file, right? So this is the script mode. Now we will see about the script mode in the given figures. Now if we want to run the program, suppose we have saved the file, now we want to see its output. So while working in the script mode, we know that the output does not come immediately, we have to run the file. So for that you have to click on the run option, and then you have to click on the run module from there. This is a run tab and from here you will find the option run module, and there is one shortcut key also, F5. Function keys are there, 12 function keys. Out of that you have to press F5 function key, and program can be run by that shortcut key also, right? Now here we have created a program arrow.py. Here you can see the name of the program is coming in the title bar, and along with the extension it is also there, arrow.py. Py stands for Python. Now here we have written this program. We have given 5 print statement, 1 star, then 3 star, then more stars, and then again some stars, and then again some stars. So in this case, whatever is written in the print statement, it will be shown as an output, and it will be displayed as an output on the screen. After this, we know that the shortcut key to run a program in Python is F5. So now we have the syntax and the syntax errors. When we talk about the syntax of any programming language, it is the grammar of a programming language. Like in English, when we write any sentence, we make use of the tenses in that one. We take the help of tenses so that the sentence should be grammatically correct. Similarly, when we write a program in Python, we have a particular codes, we have particular keywords for that, so that the syntax of the program is correct. Now computer program must follow the strict syntax so that there is no error in the program. And if an error or mistake occurs in the source code of program, that is known as the syntax error. That is known as the syntax error. After that, we have the editor understands the syntax of the language and uses the different colors to highlight the various components. The Python language has a very important feature that it uses different colors to highlight the different components, which help the user to understand the program properly. Now following are the few points to be kept in mind while writing a program. First of all, in Python the spaces are important. The indentation is very important. Indentation means the gap which shows that it is a particular part of a function or a statement. Then next is that Python is case sensitive. Case sensitive means for Python, small x and capital X, if we are using the same variable, one as a capital one and one as a small one, these are the two different variables in Python. It means they are case sensitive. Okay. After this, we have Python accepts the single, double and triple quotes to denote the string literals. That is, if we want to write a collection of characters in Python, that should be enclosed in either the single quotes, double quotes or the triple quotes. And basically we use triple quotes to span the string across multiple lines. If we want to write so many lines in a string, so we can use a triple quotes for that purpose. Now statements in Python typically end with a new line. Although Python allows the user to use this line character, that is a continuation character, which help us to denote that the line should continue. After this, the semicolon allows a multiple statement on the single line, given that neither statement starts a new code block. Means with the help of semicolon, we can write the multiple statements in a single line. Next we have is the print statement. Now the print statement, print is basically a function in Python and it is a built-in function. Built-in function means which is already built inside the Python library, and it evaluates the expression before printing it on the monitor. First it will check what it is going to do, and then accordingly it will give the output on the screen. So print statement outputs the entire line and then goes to the next line for the subsequent output. If you want to print more than one item on a single line, you can use comma for that purpose, and the expression, constant or variable should be written in the parenthesis. For example, here we have the print statement. The syntax is shown here. The syntax for the print statement is print, and then in the brackets you can have any expression like 2 plus 5 into 3. You can have any constant like 3, 4, 5, or you can have any variable like a, b, c, x, y, z. Okay. So here we have the Python shell in which the interactive mode is shown, and here the use of print statement is shown. So in the first statement, if you see, after the Python prompt, it's written print and in the parenthesis 5 plus 7, and if you press the enter key, the answer will come as 12. Similarly, the upper one was an expression, and the below statement, print statement, it is written I am learning Python, which is enclosed in the double quotes. So we can see here that this is a collection of characters and this is a string. So it shows the output I am learning Python as it is. For any mathematical operator with the data, it will give the proper output, and for any string type of data, the same thing will be shown, which is there in the double quotes or the single quotes. Okay. After that, we have type the following codes and write the output. So in this case, you have to try it in the Python. First is print good morning. So we have learned that whatever is written in the double quotes, it will be given as output as it is. So the answer of this one will be normal good morning without any double or single quotes. And then second, we have print 100 minus 56. So in this case, it will give us the difference of this one, that is 100 minus 56 is 44. So 44 will be the output. And in the C part, print 3.14 into 8, it will give the multiplication. Whatever is the product of 3.4, 3.14 and 8, that will be shown. Now there is a fact bit that the Python's interactive interpreter is called Python shell. Okay. After this, we have comments. So whenever we want to add the additional information for the programmer to read, so in that purpose, for that purpose, we just put a hash symbol and start writing whatever we want to give the extra information. Anything which is written after hash in a line will be ignored by the interpreter. It will not have any effect on the program. Like in the figure you can see here, it is written 25, it is here print 25 into 70 in the brackets and hashtag multiplication operator. You can see here this line, and here this is hash sign. After the hash sign, whatever is written multiplication operator, it is coming in red color. So the color is highlighting that it is a comment and it will not be read by the interpreter, as it will be ignored by the interpreter, right? So in this case, what we have is the print statement will give the proper output without the multiplication operator being read. So the output has come. You can see here the answer is 425. And after that, when you press the enter key, again the Python prompt will come. So here multiplication operator is just for the user to just read it or to understand it carefully. Just a type of extra information. Then we have the exercise part. The first question says, who created Python in the late 1980s? So we have learned about this, that Python was created by Guido van Rossum in 1980s. So the answer to this question is option number B. Here the spelling of B when this is wrong, this is Guido van Rossum. Second question is the primary prompt in Python is. So we have learned about the prompt in Python. This is the 3 greater than symbols, right? Next question we have is Python is processed at runtime by dash, compiler, assembler or interpreter. So here we have the three things, that is the interpreter. Python is processed at runtime by an interpreter because it shows us all the errors line by line. Fourth question is dash is the grammar of programming language. So we have learned that the grammar of programming language is syntax. Fifth question says syntax error is also known as dash. So syntax error is also known as bug, right? So these are the MCQs, that is tick the correct option. Next we have is B part, fill in the blanks. First part says in Python you can save the program in dash mode. We have learned about the two modes of Python. One is the interactive mode and one is the script mode. So if we want to save the program in Python, it will be done in the script mode. Second question is Python files have dash extension. So the extension of a Python file is .py, which stands for Python. Third question is function is used to display the specified, dash function is used to display the specified content on the screen. So that is the print function. Fourth question is comment starts with a dash sign. So comment starts with a hashtag sign. This is the hash sign. So this, after this, any statement which is written, that is considered as a comment, right? After this, fifth question says dash is the shortcut key to run a program. So the shortcut key to run a program is F5, right? Next we have true or false. So the first question is Python is a case sensitive language. Yes, Python is a case sensitive language. The same letter or any variable, if it is in capital or small letter, will be considered as a different one. So the first is true. Second is in Python anything written after hash is printed as it is. No, it is not printed as it is. It is considered as a comment. So this is false. Third is you need to pay to use a Python software. No, we need not to pay for using the Python software because it is an open source software and it can be freely installed from the website www.python.org. So the third one is false. Fourth is Python uses slash character to denote that a line should continue. So this we have learned in the chapter. This is true. Fifth is you can save the programs in the interactive mode of Python ideally. So we have learned that in order to save the program in Python, we need to save it in the script mode. Okay. After that, we have the short question answers. First is who was the developer of Python? So when we talk about the developer of Python, we have learned that Guido van Rossum is the developer of Python. So the answer of the first question is Guido van Rossum. Then second is what is the full form of IDLE, that is Integrated Development Learning Environment. And then we have the third question, which function is used to display the result on the screen in Python. So for displaying the result on the screen in Python, we have the print function, right? Next we have the long answer questions. The first question says differentiate between the interactive mode and the script mode in Python. So we have learned that Python prompt is available in the interactive mode, which is not there in the script mode, and we can save the file in the script mode, not in the interactive mode. Second question is what is print function? Write its syntax. So print function is a built-in function in Python which help us to display the contents, that is to show the output on the screen of the Python program, and the syntax is given in the book which was explained. You have to write the syntax from there. Question number 3 says write any 3 features that make Python a popular programming language. So the 3 features that make Python a popular programming languages. First is it is case sensitive. Second is it is easy to understand, and third is it uses different colors to highlight the different components of the program. Next question is how are comments written in program in Python? So the comments are written in the program by specifying the hash symbol, and after that whatever is written as comments will be ignored by the interpreter, right? And it is only for the user to make it more understandable. Next we have F part, find the errors in the following codes. The first statement is print 20 plus 40. So we have seen that print is a built-in function, and for this purpose we need the parenthesis. Any function needs to be put in the parenthesis. So for this purpose there should be here brackets in which this 20 plus 40 should come. Okay. After this we have second print hello. So we know that Python is a case sensitive language. So this print which is written, it should be small letters, not the capital letters. So here we need that print print should be in the small letters. And next we have the third one, print good morning. Since good morning is a collection of characters, so it should be in the double quotes or the single quotes since it is a string, right? So here you have to put the single or the double quotes here and after morning, right? Next we have the application based question. The first question says Yukti wants to print the quotient of 177 by 7 using Python. Write the command which she should type in Python for this task. So for this task, Yukti needs to use the print function. She should type print in the small letters. Start the brackets, and in the brackets she should type 177 by 7 and close the bracket. So the answer to this question is print and in the bracket 177 by 7. After that we have second question. Mehak is using the Python language for the first time. She wants to save the source file so that she can edit it later. Which mode should she use to solve this purpose? So for this purpose she should use a script mode, because we have learned that a file in Python can be saved in the script mode. Now H is your lab activity. The first question says write the code to display your name using the interactive mode. So this can be done using the print statement, and in the print statement write your name in the double quotes and press the enter key. And question number 2 is write a code to find sum, difference and product of 270 and 30. So you have to say print in the brackets 270 plus 30, then print 270 minus 30, then print 270 into 30, right? This is the way you have to practice this in Python software, and I hope you have understood all the topics which we have discussed. Till you have any problem in any of the topics which we have discussed or the explanation part, you can message and complete your question answers. Thank you students. Have a good day.